Wayanad, a lush paradise nestled in the Western Ghats of India, is a region known for its breathtaking beauty and rich biodiversity. Rolling hills carpeted in emerald green tea plantations, spice gardens bursting with exotic aromas, and mist-shrouded peaks create a landscape that feels almost magical. Yet, this idyllic setting belies a vulnerability to the forces of nature, a vulnerability tragically exposed in recent times. In August 2018, Wayanad became synonymous with disaster when torrential rains triggered a series of devastating landslides and floods, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The disaster served as a stark reminder of the precarious balance between humanity and nature, particularly in an era marked by climate change. As the rain poured relentlessly for days, rivers overflowed, hillsides crumbled, and homes were swept away, leaving the community grappling with unimaginable loss and the daunting task of rebuilding their lives. The Wayanad disaster is a story of both natural and human-made causes, a confluence of factors that transformed a season of plenty into one of profound suffering. The 2018 monsoon season arrived in Wayanad with unusual intensity. Days of incessant heavy rainfall, far exceeding the region's average, saturated the soil and swelled rivers beyond their capacity. The Western Ghats, a mountain range recognized as one of the world's biodiversity hotspots, are naturally prone to landslides due to their steep slopes and unique geological formations. The relentless downpour exacerbated this vulnerability, turning hillsides into treacherous slopes eager to give way. As the rain intensified, landslides ripped through the landscape, carrying with them trees, boulders, and even entire villages. Muddy torrents surged down mountainsides, engulfing homes, roads, and bridges in their path. The once familiar terrain transformed into a treacherous labyrinth of debris and destruction, making rescue and relief efforts incredibly challenging. The sheer volume of rainfall and the force of the landslides highlighted the raw power of nature and the vulnerability of human settlements in the face of such extreme events. While the Wayanad disaster was undoubtedly triggered by extreme rainfall, it is crucial to acknowledge the role of human activities in exacerbating the situation. Deforestation, a persistent issue in the Western Ghats, has stripped the land of its natural defenses against erosion and landslides. Trees act as anchors, their roots binding the soil and regulating water flow. However, large-scale clearing of forests for agriculture, timber, and development has weakened the land's ability to withstand heavy rainfall, making it more susceptible to landslides. Furthermore, unplanned and often unregulated construction on hillsides and riverbanks increase the risk to human life and property. Structures built without proper consideration for drainage patterns and soil stability were particularly vulnerable to the forces unleashed by the heavy rainfall. The disaster exposed the consequences of disregarding ecological principles and highlighted the urgent need for sustainable land management practices in vulnerable regions like Wayanad. In the immediate aftermath of the disaster, Wayanad presented a scene of utter devastation. The once vibrant landscape lay ravaged, scarred by landslides and littered with debris. Thousands of homes were damaged or destroyed, displacing families and leaving them with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Communication and transportation networks were severely disrupted, isolating communities and hindering rescue operations. The human toll was heartbreaking. Hundreds of lives were lost, while countless others suffered injuries, trauma, and the loss of loved ones. The disaster spared no one, impacting farmers, laborers, business owners, and families from all walks of life. The immediate priority was to rescue survivors trapped under rubble, provide medical assistance to the injured, and offer shelter, food, and clean water to those who had lost everything. The scale of the disaster overwhelmed local resources, necessitating a massive mobilization of aid and support from government agencies, non-profit organizations, and volunteers from across the country.